So for this video, I'm going to be taking on the Fortress Catacombs on Master Difficulty from the Isle of Madness story mode. And for this particular encounter, there is a support that you are given, and you get to use that support up to 5 times to essentially get an Ulfric's Uprising for free. You can copy all of the summon effects from your creatures. Now, the opponent, however, is also going to start with a spider layer in play, some extra cards in hand because of some creatures that begin in play. So you do have an advantage, but also a disadvantage. And to make the best use out of all the summon effects, I'm essentially playing a version of Conscription Telvanni with the Altar of Despair in it, just because there's a large number of creatures that have summon effects in the deck. It's also running Shadowfen Priest to potentially deal with the spider layer. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. As I've been doing with these, there will be a deck code in the video description if you want to use this list to beat it. Or if you want to use your own after seeing how it's done, that's fine too. If you want to use mine as a backbone and then make changes, you know, have at it. Starting with early creatures is good, and I like starting with an early amulet because they will amass a lot of creatures quickly, and having some health gain is important. Ideally, what you're looking for are, in the early game, things like Murkwater Witch. It's actually fantastic for trying to stall. And then you're also trying to find Ice Storms, because, as I said, they will amass a large number of creatures. Spider Layer, like I said, it will do its thing. We're actually going to come over here to try to contest this first, as opposed to necessarily this. We want to take a little bit of damage. And there's the Ice Storm. Alright, so now we just have to survive until we can get that off. And we'll be probably okay. Gonna develop the amulet. I don't think I want to use this for just one ward crafter. So we're gonna let this go. And you may have noticed our opponent has played a few creatures. Now, a good top deck for us would be something, for example, like Mage's Guild Recruit, because that could lower the cost of our Ice Storm, and then we could use this to lower it again. But sadly, we did not find that. So instead, we're going to go ahead and go digging for a moment. I think we want to keep that because eventually we need to get rid of this layer. But I think we're going to also nuke this. And as much as I hate doing it here, I actually think we are going to reward that just to pull some damage off the board. Blackhand is a fantastic pickup for us. And there's a Mage's Guild Recruit as well. Alright, so the Mage's Guild Recruit is going to end up being the more important thing. As good as Blackhand Messenger is, and as much as we want to get rid of this, we have to Ice Storm here to survive. And thankfully, this allows us to do so. So we're going to go ahead and put this down, make this cheaper, and then, as I said, we can then utilize this to make this cheaper, and also ward our own ward crafter here. And then we'll play an Ice Storm, which ends up being very, very good at slowing them down. And now we get to do some potentially fun stuff. So you can go ahead and do this, and then really put a wall up.
So little to do and so much time.
Alright. Now we're going to go a little bit further here and get rid of this. because we're tired of it. We say no thank you. And we're going to go ahead and get this mostly taken care of here. Now, a lot of times you can really ramp if you get an early ramp card and take advantage of this, but sadly, not so much. Let's go ahead and do this as well. I like this. Let's silence this, I suppose, so that we can make this trade. And I don't want to break a rune quite yet. Well, they're going to break a rune anyway. Generate more cards. In case you didn't notice, this particular AI enemy not struggling when it comes to the old running out of cards thing. Now, we should get to draw a card here because of the mania effect, which works out rather nicely for us. But we also have some other options available. So we're going to start by shackling here. Let's go ahead and take this trade.
The Night Mother
Let's go ahead
will
and
guide us.
nuke this a bit. And let's go ahead and give this guard, I suppose.
I'll get this yet.
Oh no. That's okay.
To dust with you.
Alright, we're going to use our last charge of this just because we got an awful lot of really fun things going on here. We'll continue to pump this one up. We'll go ahead and silence this. And we will then... Wow, well, let me shackle it after the silence, huh? I mean, I guess we'll do it this way then. All right. So again, it was a little bit hairy, but if you just kind of hold out, things will eventually stabilize in your favor. Ice Storm is the real big key here. If you can get an early Ice Storm, you're likely going to win. The other option is, like I said, Murkwater Witches are great because there's a lot of 1 health creatures, as you can see, and they have guard. So if you get an early Murkwater Witch or 2 and you use the support, you can get a lot of value that way as well. But this all works out fine. We're just going to trade to get some health
With you.
before we go too crazy here. Attack, attack. Suppose, in theory, if I wouldn't have traded, we'd have lethal here with this lightning bolt. But it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Well, we'll just grab another one then. And that'll be it. There's nothing that the AI has here that'll do 12 to us. So this is it for the encounter. Again, I like Amulet because it really helps with trying to keep you afloat. Blackhand Messenger is a really big deal because of the support. Again, Murkwater Witch is great. Harpy is great. If you do get early ramp cards, remember that these are summons as well. So if you play Tree Minders or you know, Hiss Mages, for example, you can get a bunch of Magicka that way as well. And yeah, this is it. So hopefully, if you were struggling, this helps you. Like I said, deck code will be in the video description. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.